Welcome to another round of Charleston Battery Weekly here with OSG Sports and the SDH Network. Time to catch up on a very prolific run for the Battery. Once again, another 3 points, another 3 goals in the back of the net, knocking off the Miami FC in Group H. But big matchup coming up around the corner this weekend against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. So, win over Miami, heading into Tampa Bay. This one's going to reinforce what's going on with number 1 and number 2 in Group H. Mike Kelleher joins us, Chief Operating Officer, for his weekly A block. We get our dose of Special K for the week. And then player spotlight, Dante Marini. Dante had one of the goals in the 3-1 win over the Miami FC. We get to catch up with Dante and what life has been like for him this season in the most unique of playing seasons that we've ever seen. So it's Mike, it's Dante, it's you, and it's me. Mike Kelleher coming up around the corner. We'll be right back with more after this.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
As a business owner, you know that every year brings new challenges and opportunities. The success of your business demands expertise and focus. And Country Financial can help you keep that focus by helping ensure you have the right insurance protection in place to meet your goals. Jason Wright can help you create a customized insurance plan that has coverages designed just for your business. Give Jason a call at 678-568-6871 or reach him on Facebook at Jason Wright Agency. Coverages vary by state. Policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Georgia. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Georgia High School Association and the Georgia Athletic Directors Association.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, contact my friend Steve Apolinski of Apolinski & Associates. He's been representing individuals for over 30 years throughout Georgia and Alabama. Email him at steve@aa-legal.com or call him 24/7 at 404-377-9191. The initial consultation is free.
Welcome back, Charleston Battery Weekly. It's the A block, which means it's Special K. Time to catch up with Mike Kelleher. Mike, another 3 goals on the board. Whoa, at least there's some consistency here. 3 goals, 3 points again.
Yes, absolutely. You're very delighted with the way the team played last night, and excited to get 9 goals in 3 games now. So someone told me that's the first time we've done that in the modern USL era. So long may it continue.
All right. So let me go back to the opening of the gates a little bit. You had more fans this time around. What was that like?
Yeah, it was great, and as we've said, I think the last couple of weeks, it was nice to finally let people into the stadium. We're taking a cautious approach, which I think is the right approach in the light of everything that's going on. And we had around about 150 in there last night. Some season ticket holders, some of the players, friends and family of players and staff, which was really nice. So, yeah, great that we could share the success of the team with the people that matter most.
And with those individuals, you mentioned friends and family. I think that that adds that little extra something special to all of this, where knowing that what we've all been going through in the last now 5.5 months, to have one of those special moments with those that are closest to you, I think that it's a good special touch.
Oh, without a doubt. No, the players have been magnificent over the last few months in how they've adapted and got on with life, and again, to have those people in there for them was excellent, and I think that showed on the pitch at the end of the day. And
obviously you had a week to get ready for this one. Now it's a short turnaround, and I think that what this does is, when you're looking at what Coach Anhauser and the staff are tackled with in a schedule that is a sprint, it's a test of depth, it's a test of the physios, it's a test of your conditioning staff, all of these different elements coming together for another match on a quick turn for the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. So as we all know, we've got Tampa on Saturday, and which should hopefully be a great game. And the good thing for us is that we're on a bit of winning form. There's some momentum there, and also we're at home. So although we're playing Wednesday, Saturday, we don't have the added bus ride which we had a couple of weeks back when we had the 3 away games in a short period of time. So I hope that will work in our favour.
In the match against the Miami FC, different guys stepped up, and I think that once again, coming into a season like this, you have to have those moments where Logan puts it in, and Romario has his moment, and Dante has his moment, and I think that having a roster like that, obviously, it's built for situations like this, and it's good to have that kind of a luxury and that kind of a depth in this kind of a sprint.
No, absolutely, John. It's been great to see different players scoring in different games, and it's almost we had I think there was one change to the team, the starting 11 at least, to that played in North Carolina the week before. But bringing 5 players off the bench now, it's becoming a 16-man game, and we're seeing some great performances across the field, and making it difficult for Mike Anhauser to pick his 11 for Saturday now, which is a great thing to be. So. Great for Logan to get his first goal. Dante, an old face, scoring again, and Romario stepping up again. He had some bad luck earlier on in the season. I think he hit the crossbar 3 games running, and now he's got 2 in 2, which hopefully bodes well for the future.
When you're discussing a team like Tampa Bay, obviously veteran presence comes to mind. Familiar faces are there as well. When you look at Tampa Bay, not necessarily at first glance, but as they come into this weekend, what sticks out to you?
Experience, a team of momentum, very much like ourselves now, and they'll be well organised. They've had the full week, which is what we had last night going into the game. They had the 4 weeks to prepare, so I think it'll be a very strong test, as it was down in Tampa. So. It all looks to be a good game on Saturday night.
Tejada, Guenzati, and someone who they now call the lumberjack at the back. Having a guy like Forrest Lasso back there to go up against.
Yeah, obviously we're very familiar with Forrest, and we'd like to think he made his breakthrough with us a few years ago, and he's gone on to be a solid USL player, some MLS experience as well, and we always look forward to seeing some old faces back. We had Romario Williams last night, and I think they're always, speak well of their time at Charleston Battery, and there's many of those around the leagues that we can lay claim to, at least helping in some of their development over the course of time. So, looking forward to seeing Forrest, and hopefully he doesn't have too good of a game.
Yes, Mike Kelleher hanging out with us here in the A Block on Charleston Battery Weekly. What's it like to see guys return like a Romario Williams, like a Forrest Lasso, knowing where they got their starts, and to see their games grow and evolve, although, as you just said, you don't want them to have too good a game against you. What's it like to see them grow as young men and as players?
It's great. We're all aware where we are in the pecking order of the league. We know MLS. We want our players to move on to MLS. We'd like our players to move on to Europe, and we'd like to be that stepping stone, for players' careers. So it's great to see them come back. If they're playing us in a USL game, we definitely don't want them to play so well. We want our current proper players to be the next Romario Williams, the next Forrest Lasso, and move on. So we're very aware of where we are, and that's no different. We talked about Poppy Miller in recent weeks. No different to the front office. We want them to move on and be a stepping stone and a place where people can carve out their careers.
We mentioned the fans and the gates being open for a select number. What are the plans this go round for Tampa Bay? Is it pretty much going to be that 150 number? What's the gauge?
Yeah, very similar, John. We took the 2 games on the same manner, that we would be friends and family, season ticket holders that wish to come, and we put it out to a lottery of the season ticket holders and select, hopefully over the course of the 2 games everyone will get to see at least one of those that wanted to come. So very similar, no concessions on sale. People can bring in outside food and non-alcoholic drink, and then we'll reassess for the final 3 games in September, and hopefully, if all goes well, we we can have a few more in again and maybe put some concessions on and get back to some sort of normality or closer to normality as we wind out the season.
All right, now my international question to wrap things up, and there is no normality going on right now in Barcelona. When you saw the news, and it's been one of the biggest stories on this or any other planet when it comes to what's been going on with soccer, when you saw what's been going on with Lionel Messi leaving Barca, what went through your mind?
It's a great opportunity, I think, for another team or another league to take on one of the greatest players in the world. Obviously he'll forever be linked and be synonymous with Barcelona. But if another team, the Premier League, for example, or MLS, for example, gets the opportunity to have Lionel Messi be in their league and playing week in, week out, I think it will add another boost to the game, wherever that may be. I think it's kind of an end of an era for Barcelona's point of view, but I'm sure they'll look to rebuild and become. Barcelona's been a great club for many, many years, and I'm sure they will be for many years to come. So we'll see where he ends up, and I'm sure it'll be a great news story wherever that may be. Is
there any truth to the rumor that you reached out to his agents after he said that he sent the Burrow fax to Barca? Did you contact his people?
There's no truth in that rumour. I put on Twitter, I said that tongue-in-cheek, he wouldn't even make our bench with the form we're in, but that, of course, was tongue-in-cheek.
I had to drop in that moment of international intrigue with Lionel Messi. Mike, as always, thanks for hanging out with us here for this go-round of Special K. Have a good one against Tampa Bay. Big matchup at the top of Group H, only a couple of points separating you and the Rowdies. Have fun this weekend and have a good one.
Thank you, John.
When we come back, Player Spotlight, you're listening to Charleston Battery Weekly, OSG Sports, SGH Networks. We'll be right back after this.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
As a business owner, you know that every year brings new challenges and opportunities. The success of your business demands expertise and focus. And Country Financial can help you keep that focus by helping ensure you have the right insurance protection in place to meet your goals. Jason Wright can help you create a customized insurance plan that has coverages designed just for your business. Give Jason a call at 678-568-6871 or reach him on Facebook at Jason Wright Agency. Coverages vary by state. Policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Georgia. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Georgia High School Association and the Georgia Athletic Directors Association.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, contact my friend Steve Apolinski of Apolinski and Associates. He's been representing individuals for over 30 years throughout Georgia and Alabama. Email him at steve@aa-legal.com or call him 24/7 at 404-377-9191. The initial consultation is free.
Welcome back, Player Spotlight, Charleston Battery Weekly. Time to catch up with Dante Marini. Got on the score sheet last time out in the 3-1 win over the Miami FC. Not just a Miami FC, but the Miami FC. Dante, you got on the score sheet. 3 goals, 3 points. Nicely done.
Yeah, what's going on? How are you? It's been a nice little run we're having right now with the Charleston Battery.
It's like, okay, 3 goals seems to be the expectation now. What's it like to be in this kind of an offensive rhythm these days?
Yeah, I mean, I've played for the Battery for many years now, and I don't think we've ever had this sort of streak offensively. And, I mean, you look at it, we've had 9 goals and I think 7 different players. So, I mean, it's not just coming from one place. We're really just buzzing and things are clicking right now. It's fun to play.
What has this season been like for you specifically? Because it's a sprint after a long layover, and you don't know when things are going to go down. I mean, what's this whole ride been like this year?
It's been bizarre. But I think the best part about it is that we're playing soccer again, and we actually had about 100 or so, maybe 150 fans at the game. So it's starting to really feel like we're slowly getting back to playing again. I mean, it's a bit strange still, the small things you still have to do, the standing separately for the national anthem. But, once you get playing, it's the same game. We're still having fun, still playing.
What's it like, you're having to think about wearing masks in public and disinfecting of balls and grabbing them off of stands and social distancing and all this kind of stuff. While the game is still the game, there are all those other little nuances where your water bottle is yours and it's got whatever you want in it. I mean, all these little things that you still have to be cognizant of at the same time that you're trying to go out there and do your job. And what's that like?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's slowly just finding this new routine, and it's the new normal, and it's how quickly can you adjust and become accustomed to these new things that we're doing, and not being weirded out or thinking about it too much and just get back to playing.
Describe the goal for me from the last match out.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was only on the field for a couple minutes at that point. Leland Archer played a really nice ball across the field to AJ, who had plenty of time, and whipped in a nice low cross. Arthur kind of shielded off the defender, and I was able to take a touch, and I was at the top of the six. It would have been harder to miss than to make it, and kind of just got my toe on it, and ball found the back of the net.
When you're in this group stage thing that they're in this year, where it's either game day travel, day before travel, hop back in to the bus, hop back on, get to the bus, go to the airport, go home. What's this group stage travel like? How different is it from years past where, yeah, you're traveling, but there might be a little more space involved? What's the travel aspect like?
Yeah, I mean, and the real strange part about it is that we're going to the same team multiple times, so we're doing these same trips multiple times. But I get, the way the season's set up, we're trying to get as many games in a short amount of time. So, I mean, it is travel and recover. That is, half the battle nowadays is how quickly can you recover to be ready to go again.
So how do you travel and recover? What are some of the Dante Marini travel and recovery tips that you've either discovered or get to share?
I mean, I still haven't figured it out. It is not fun, and especially because now we're pretty much busing to pretty much most of our away games, and I mean, I have not figured out how to go play a game and then get on a 4-hour bus ride out after the game. You just try to get your feet up, drink water, do whatever you can. You might have to stand up and stretch on your way, but it is rough. It is definitely rough.
What do you think about the teams in the rest of the group? Obviously, you've got some recency with the Miami FC, but you've also got Atlanta United too, and you've got Tampa Bay in your group. I mean, this is World Cup stuff that you're dealing with right here. It is World Cup group stage stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and it was a bit strange because we played our 4 games against Atlanta, I think, within our first 6 games of the year, so we don't play them the rest of the year. So it's kind of like we're not even worried about them anymore. We've already played them, but it's going to be a tough group, and we've started really well, and now it's how do we finish? Miami, we played really well in the first half, but second half they made it tough, and they came back and found their rhythm a little bit. I know we got a big game this weekend against Tampa, and we're really looking forward to it.
So then how different is study hall, knowing that you're playing teams 4 times in your group? Sometimes it's in quick succession, like you mentioned with Atlanta United too. How much, or I guess, how different is studying knowing that the games against common opponents come fairly quickly?
I mean, I think one of the big things that we've really focused on this year is focusing on our game, and how we're going to play, and how we're going to dictate the pace and moving the ball, and not so much worrying about what the other teams are going to do, and how do we implement our style on the game. And that'll change game to game depending on which team we play. but it's more about what we can do.
Dante Marini hanging out with us here in Player Spotlight this week on the Charleston Battery Weekly. And in Tampa, right now in group, it's the two of you, Tampa Bay and Charleston, and then Atlanta United and the Miami FC are 3 and 4. And when you talk about, Premier League games or things like that, they talk about relegation 6-pointers. And I think in this case, it is a playoff 6-pointer because you're both within shouting distance of each other, and a good week can really, swing things in group. What has the talk been like getting ready? Although it's like you just finished one, you've got to put that one away, file it in the bookcase, and get ready for the team that's atop of group. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you've got to juggle here.
Yeah. I think like we talked about how short the season is, it's all a season of runs and who can find that rhythm. And right now, that's 3 in a row that we've won. We're in a little bit of a rhythm, and we're just kind of hoping to keep it rolling this weekend. So
when I mention Tampa Bay to you, what comes to mind?
They're a good defensive team, but they're also dangerous on the attack. They have some good wingers, good strikers that look to get at you and attack well. So hopefully we can shut them down and keep doing what we're doing on the offensive end.
And on the defensive end, there's a rather large gentleman that has some history with Charleston. When I mention what they're now calling the lumberjack at the back in Forrest Lasso, what comes to mind?
He's a big leader. He talks a lot back there, and he's really good in the air. Really good. Any long balls in his area. Defensively, he's heading them out, and offensively, he's going to attack it. So we'll hopefully, not try to target as many aerial balls as we can, but see if we can work it around him on the ground.
All right. So now, as I told you as we were coming in to get this segment done and dusted here, I told you there was going to be an international question, and it's the international question that I think pretty much has taken over the sport professionally over the last couple of days. When Lionel Messi decided he was going to leave Barcelona, where a club that he had been a part of and is a part of their fabric and history for his entire professional career, what went through your mind?
It's crazy. I've been watching him play my whole life, and it's always been Messi and Barcelona and Messi. So it's almost kind of exciting to possibly see him in another team, in another style. But I think wherever he goes, he'll implement his style on the team.
Did you have the poster, the DVDs? How much Messi memorabilia did you have growing up?
Not tons of memorabilia, but he's a little guy. I'm a little guy, so I definitely gravitated toward watching him play.
Well, Dante, as always, congrats on putting the ball in the back of the net, getting another 3 goals on the board for Charleston, being a part of that, another 3 points on the board for Charleston, being a part of that, as everything is getting ready for a big game at Patriots Point this weekend. Tampa Bay and Charleston at the top of Group H. Thanks for hanging out with us here on Battery Weekly.
Thanks a bunch for having me.
When we come back, we'll put a ball in a show. You're listening to Charleston Battery Weekly, OSG Sports SGH Networks. We'll be right back after this.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service Ad Council and your state forester.
As a business owner, you know that every year brings new challenges and opportunities. The success of your business demands expertise and focus. And Country Financial can help you keep that focus by helping ensure you have the right insurance protection in place to meet your goals. Jason Wright can help you create a customized insurance plan that has coverages designed just for your business. Give Jason a call at 678-568-6871 or reach him on Facebook at Jason Wright Agency. Coverages vary by state. Policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Georgia. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Georgia High School Association and the Georgia Athletic Directors Association.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, contact my friend Steve Apolinski of Apolinski and Associates. He's been representing individuals for over 30 years throughout Georgia and Alabama. Email him at steve@aa-legal.com or call him 24/7 at 404-377-9191. The initial consultation is free.
Time to put a bow on yet another show for Charleston Battery Weekly. Once again, reminder, ESPN Plus will be your home for Charleston Battery and Tampa Bay Rowdies from Patriots Point. Once again, go to ESPN Plus, subscribe. You get to watch all the matches in the USL Championship, but the biggest one on the board is the one this weekend involving the two top teams in Group H. Thanks to Mike Kelleher for hanging out with us. Thanks for Dante Marini hanging out with us as well to let everything lay out and get the lay of the land and what their perspectives are as they head to this big matchup going up against Tampa Bay. Go to charlestonbattery.com for all your information. Don't forget also you can buy your 2020 merch. The merch is flying off the shelves. One of the places you can get it, easiest place, is just go to charlestonbattery.com and you can click on all the appropriate links and get your 2020 merch for the Charleston Battery. So once again, thanks to Dante, thanks to Mike, thanks to you for hanging out with us. Enjoy the game from Patriots Point, everybody. It's a big one. Play it safe. We'll see you next time.